What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. I'm your host, Michael Abernathy. I hope you're all having a great day and hope life is treating you all well. And so, anyways, let's just jump straight into this. So, last episode, I talked about creation in AI and where the work is going from really the technical work, the actual execution of like the writing, if we're thinking about Chat GPT, right? That technical execution is going away and the work is becoming more based around ideation, more based around creation, and more based around oversight. And one of the things that I think is very important is adaptability. A lot of us do not like change. Change can be hard, change can be uncomfortable. And for those reasons, based on the uncomfortability around change, and there's uncomfortability based in several points. One is being wrong, or one is I don't want to give up something I like to move forward. And so that uncomfortability based around those two aspects of our lives normally put a bad taste in our mouth for change. And so as people, we tend to avoid change. We really do. If you look at what happened with social and the adaptation of brands to really utilize social, it was over a long period of time for that change to really occur, and it's still not fully implemented, right? It's still not fully implemented in that change. It's going to be the same thing with AI. It's going to be the same thing with smartphones. It was a long time for that adaptation and change to occur with that technology. And I'm saying this because I believe that if you really have an adaptive mindset and if you really have an adaptive heart posture, because both those things are required, you as a person will win better, will win easier, will be able to move forward quicker and faster because you're willing to adapt. Now, that does mean that you're going to have failure in your life more often, experience it, and you're going to have to look at it and you're going to have to grow from it, because adaptation does not mean 100% success rate. Adaptation means I'm willing to change and move forward and then grow in the areas where I've experienced failure. And especially because of the way that we're raised, especially in the U.S. with the school system and society, we don't change well. We want to know all the boundaries. We want to know all the rules. We want to know all the do-nots and the do's. And then we want to act accordingly that way. And as a result, because of that, it really continues to cement that mindset in us to stay centralized and to stay immobile to where we don't adapt and change. If you watch over the next 6 months to a year, 2 or 3 years, with all the changes in technology with AI, you're going to watch a major shift, and you will actually be able to see the brands and the companies, the freelancers, and all the teams working, small businesses to large, who are going to adapt and change. And those early adapters are going to win more because they will find out where they fail. Now, there's a difference between going first principle, like going first to take market share, versus adaptation and growing and learning. We're not talking about those, and I think that's important not to confuse. But if we stop and look at the adaptation side, you are going to be able to watch and measure. Now, here's the cool thing about adaptation. I actually think when you adapt and change, that's when most of the growth personally comes. That's when most of the growth as a company comes. And adapting and changing in that way opens doors, one, for new insights, new knowledge, new skill sets, new experiences, right? And then two, you also work on that Harvard degree of stupidity, like I've got, to learn all the things not to do. And learning what not to do is just as important as learning what to do, right? Learning not to cross that double yellow line while driving down the road, at least in the US, is so important to know not to do. I don't need to do it, experience it, and then experience all the pain afterwards to learn from it. I just simply need to know that that's a wrong answer. And when you adapt, you learn those answers. You also learn the way forward. You're also able to take that and apply those principles to other areas in your life, because here's key. Here's a key for how life works. Principles that you learn are universal, and they normally apply everywhere else. Not always, but there's a good chance that principles you learn through adapting and changing and failing and moving forward and growing that way, those principles are going to be able to be applied elsewhere. So anyways, guys, I'm out of time, and I will catch y'all later. Peace.